Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Mrs. McEwen's YouTube videos. Today, Chapter 10, Lesson 6. How are fractions and decimals related? They are both parts of a whole. You know I've been whispering that, but now I'm going to say it out loud. Javier and Tim were collecting shells along the beach. Tim found 8 shells. Javier found 3 more. Then twice as many shells as Tim. How many shells did they find in all? Go ahead and do that. Give you about a minute. Okay. So Tim found 8 shells. Javier, found 3 more than 2 times as many shells as, well, twice as many. So we know that 2 times 8 is 16. 3 plus 16 is 19. How many did they find in all? So we have to add our 19 plus our 8. Carry our 1. So, you know what? You know me. I'm not very prepared. So I did not look at the answer before we began. So if I'm wrong, we're wrong. And I'm just going to hope that we're right. All right, here we go. Ooh, 27. Oh, thank God. You know me, guys. You know you would say probably I'm wrong. What? If we put a percentage, let's do it as a fraction out of 10. We'll do it out of 100. We'll do it out of 100. Out of 100 times that I do something, how many times do you think I do it wrong? I'll let you pick a number. I'm going to pick a number. I would say if I do something 100 times in the classroom, I probably do 88 wrong. So if you picked a number below 88, you're my new favorite student. Okay, quick check. Not doing it. But the quick checks are good. I mean, I think they're worth doing, but we just don't have time. All right. What strategies can you use to add fractions? Now, we've only added fractions with like denominators. You can only add fractions with like denominators. Okay, that's a rule. That's a fraction thing. So when we add tenths and hundredths, we have to either make it tenths or we have to make it hundredths. But they both have to have the same denominator. So what strategies can we use to add fractions? Well, we can change the denominators. We can make them decimals. Those are all strategies. I'm sorry. Something got stuck in my throat. Okay, so let's look at this one. And this one is 2 out of 10, 2 tenths, right? And this one is 20 out of 100. Now, here's what I want you to notice. Can I change the color here? Oh, I can. Let's do purple. See this? Your 10 and your 100, they're different. So you cannot add them. Now, if your answer says what strategies can you use to add fractions? If your answer is, I just can't, that's not an answer. There is an actual way to do it. So that's what we're going to work on today. Okay. You know me. I am not good at complicated. I'm not good at complicated stuff because I need things to be simple. So I'm going to make this as simple as I possibly can. So you know, because I like to make things a little bit simpler, I sometimes don't do them the standard way. Here's the thing. We have 3/10 here and 42 hundredths, okay? Here's the problem. You can't add 10 and 100. You either have to make them both 10, which you can't do because you can't make 110. It's like if you have $100, you can't just make it a $10 bill, but you can make a $10 bill worth more by putting another zero on it. I mean, I wish I had the power to make a $10 bill a $100 bill, but I don't have that power. But I do have the power of making 100 worth only 10. So I guess, you can make 110. But for mathematical purposes, we can't do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to shade in. It says shade in 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do. I need to make my 10 a 100. So how do I do that? Easy. I add a 0. But when I add a 0 down here, I have to add a 0 up here. So I have to add 30 plus 42. Remember, my denominator doesn't change. It stays the same. And now this would be 72 over 100. So what they're saying is if you take this one, okay, and I'm going to color it in here. 1, 2, 3, right? So I colored in 30. Now I'm going to color in 42 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many did I color in? 72. Okay? So all I did was I made my 3/10. You guys have been doing this. I'm not allowed to say your names on YouTube, but one of the kids in our class does this all the time. And she's very good at it. And I'm very proud of her. Okay. See? Now, I know you're like, well, wait a second. They added 3/10 and 42 hundredths. I thought you said you can't add tenths and hundreds. No, they didn't. They made the 3/10 equal to 30 hundredths. Okay? Okay. Find 6/10 plus 27 hundredths. We're going to make it 61 hundredths. Because if I add a 0 at the bottom, I have to add a 0 at the top. Plus 27 hundredths. 60 plus 27 is 87 over 100. Okay? Okay? Okay. So I didn't do this, but obviously. But here on the left-hand side, it says shade in 6/10 of the model. And on the right-hand side, it says shade the same amount in this model. 6/10 is how many parts out of 100? 60. 60 out of 100 is what fraction? 61 hundredths. 61 hundredths plus 27 100ths is 87 100ths. All right, I was like, oh, should I? Shouldn't I? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so Cullen and Julia are building a fence. Cullen builds 4/10 of the fence. Julia builds 53rd 100ths of the fence. How much of the fence do they build in all? Remember, you're going to change your 4/10 to 40 100ths. Now you can add them because they have the same denominator, which equals 93 out of 100. $93 100ths of the fence and all. So they almost painted the whole thing. Okay, here's your math in my world. Danny walked 3/10 of a mile to the post office. Then he walked 5/100ths of the mile to the grocery store. How far did he walk in all? Write the answer as a fraction with a denominator of 100 and a decimal. So here we did 30. Whoops, sorry. And down here we have 5. Okay. Oops. Well, yeah, 30. 3 out of 10. 30. So 30 plus 5 is 35 over 100. Now, they want you to also write it as a decimal. So it'd be 0.35. I'm going to erase that. We'll look at the next page. It will give us... Okay. They made 30 over 100 plus 5 100ths. 30 plus 5 is 35 over 100. There it is. Bum, bum, bum. Now they want it as a decimal. 0.35. Dun, dun, dun. I would say you will all say to me, this is the easiest math chapter we've had all year. Which is good because I'm not there to take you in small groups and help you, and I miss you. Anyway, moving on. Okay? Okay, it's the same thing, guys. 4/10 plus 22/100ths. You got to change your 4/10 to 40/100ths, and then you can add. 40 plus 22 is 62 over 100. Whoops. No, you're not going to let me write? Okay. 62/100ths. Now they want it as a fraction, as a decimal, which would be 0.62. Easy. We're on Easy Street. What color, guys? How about yellow? Nope. Not tonight. It's not letting me write. So what do we have to change 5/10 to? If you said 50/100ths, you would be correct. 50/100ths plus 1/100th is 51/100ths. Now, 7/10 plus 13/100ths. Change your 7/10 to 70/100ths. 70 plus 13 is 83 over 100. Okay. Oh, whoops. And they wanted them as decimals. So here you go. So this is in your guided practice. Okay. You're on your own doing your independent practice. And I will see you on Zoom tomorrow. We're going to have a pretty nice week. So, get your math done early so that you can enjoy some time outside without having to do work. All right, guys. See you on Zoom. Miss you. Bye.